Full time. Forest ground 0-0. An opportunity given to Arsenal on the plate, courtesy Man United, and seen this way too many times before. That an opportunity is given to seize the moment to claim what should be ours, and coming short once more. And we're gonna get into it. Arsenal drawing Nottingham Forest, going 7 points clear for now. Villa have a game tomorrow, but what an opportunity missed! And we're gonna get into it, Diego. But in my opinion, the players have to take some responsibility here. I think when the lineup came out, I was more than comfortable to see like two changes being made. We had a good game on Wednesday. We brought two players in. I'm more than comfortable with those changes, and we had the chances. But when you have clear-cut chances like Martinelli did, like Declan Rice, Mikel Merino, Saka later, and you don't take any one of those chances, you have nothing but to blame yourselves. And, players like Jurriën Timber, Declan Rice, who have stood out for us so many times, coming so short on days like this when, it's right there for you to take and you just don't take it. Just frustrating. People can say that there's a positive there. We gain a point on City, but Liverpool, we saw this opportunity missed today against Nottingham Forest of all teams. We're struggling at the bottom of the table, and we somehow come short. What do you have to say, man?
Sell Odegaard this summer. If possible, sell him this January. I'm tired. Sell Odegaard. I've had conversations in the past seasons where I would beat my chest and say that Odegaard is our most influential player. He is our best player, side by side with Saka. I have made those arguments. But I do not recognize this man. For the last 24 months, I do not recognize this man. Again, time after time, I have stuck my chest out and I have argued with rival fans as to how I thought Odegaard was miles better than Bruno Fernandes. Bro, I knew we didn't mean that was a fallacious argument. That was a fallacious statement. But time after time, I have made those arguments because I am a staunch Arsenal fan. But I can no longer cover his mess anymore. I am tired of 2 steps forward, 5 steps backward with Odegaard. How is it that the whole team is centered around him? The moment he's off a game, the entire team is in shambles. I have never seen Declan Rice this terrible in a game. I have never seen, kudos to Timber. I can understand why he struggled in that left back position. Everybody was so terrible. Again, before now, I made excuses for Gyökeres. I made excuses for Eze. But is it looking like it was actually a poor signing on our side? I'm not trying to be reactionary once again. I'm just saying that I've watched these guys all season. And apart from his masterclass against Tottenham Hotspur, which I can debate the performances were that he made, he converted his chances. Overall gameplay, it's still debatable as to his overall performance, really, if we're going to call a spade a spade. What is going on? Is that the manager's issue, or is it that the players just don't turn up, or are they not good enough for our system? The slow build-up system that Arteta has forced down our throats the last 2 years. What happens to our 22-23 season? I cannot understand why we cannot go back to the fluid game that we used to or known for. So everything was terrible today. I am not in the business of making someone a scapegoat, but I'm going to end with saying this. Please, Martinelli is a bank average player. I'm telling you, I am tired of that lot. I'm tired of that lad. That boy will not walk in and start for any top 7 team in the Premier League. I don't see any team is going to walk in and start. I don't see. So let's stop just He's just average. And if we can cash in on him for 60 or 50 million, please let's do that and get someone who is more serious-minded. Alongside a number 10 that is more serious-minded. We are a big club, for Christ's sake. And I cannot imagine that we had an opportunity to go 9 points cleared. Second time we're taking this thing for granted. And we're there misbehaving, playing like we're unserious. We haven't won the league for the last 22 years, and we had an opportunity to put this game to bed. They played before us. Oh, City played before us this morning. And I'm sure they had seen the game plan or the scoreline. You would expect that a serious team will go and give the best. You know what messed me up today? The reason why I'm pissed off is that at 92nd or 93rd minute of the game, I am watching Saliba passing back to Gabriel and Declan Rice dropping back, and they just slow build up. Saka will get the ball. My brother cross the ball on time, and you're taking triple touches, doing some leg overs that are unwarranted. Yo, you are chasing the game.
No, I
make your decisions on time.
I have to add to that one because this forced nature of playing that build-up play, you see that for the continuity of the 90 minutes, and you see us so afraid to take shots, so afraid to just snatch onto a chance. I saw that ball drop into Eze, and he took a touch to it and then just wasted that opportunity. Take the shot. But I feel like this forced, I don't know if this comes from the manager or if it's just the players just, in the moment just, fall under pressure. But, this inability to not take shots and, this fear of losing possession instead of, being able to take a chance, take a risk towards goal, take a shot towards goal. And like you said, then in the last 5 minutes when you were 0-0 and you haven't taken anything from the game, now you're not able to take any risk because, for 90 minutes, you have forced yourself to, do a small build-up, start, slow build-up, play 50 passes before you, ping it in goal, and then nobody's there to, attack that ball, and then, you restart again. And this habit of us, just so afraid to lose possession rather than, wanting to go and score a goal. I feel like we would rather not lose possession than take a shot on goal, which may or may not end up in a goal, but we would rather not lose possession. And that's what, against these teams, or like, against a goalkeeper that might have a really good day, what's your plan B? And like you mentioned, today we saw us make a lot of substitutions in the forward line. We mixed it all up. And this is the only part where I think the manager has to take some responsibility, because it seems like with all the forward options he has on the bench, in the squad, of all the positions these players can play, it's like he did not know how to use them when it came time to deliver. Like, I don't know if he knows how to use Eze. We got Eze because we had a left wing problem, but like eventually when he came in, we realized that, oh shit, we should play him in center, in Odegaard's position. But apparently he's not doing well there too. So I feel like manager has to Gabriel Jesus had an absolute shocker of a game, in my opinion. Gyökeres was having a bad first half. Somehow Jesus was worse than that. When
I will never say anything negative about Gabriel Jesus. Never. You know why? Because he has shown us time and time again that he's not a guy that will give you 10 goals a season. Regardless of the injury, he is not a goal scorer. He's just somebody that will come and just be a nuisance and help you with fluid football and just.
That's why it's like this is where the manager has to take responsibility at that moment, because I think overall I'm not singling one player out. I think the team as a whole, the 11 players that fielded on the pitch, did not show enough courage, enough desire to win the game today. They were afraid that they will not lose, or they were just, the pressure or that opportunity was just too big for them to seize. But the manager, I think overall, not just in this game, I feel like over the course of season, with all the options that we have, all we see are like-to-like subs, that this player comes out, one player comes in his position, plays the same game that the other player was playing, just now fresher.
Let me ask you a question. Honestly, When
Yeah.
last did you watch Arsenal's game? Not even in the Champions League, not even Europe, in the Premier League, and you enjoyed watching Arsenal play?
I think, unfortunately, the problem is that even from this season, I would have to really think about one of the results that we may have played a really good game of football, because our usual game of football is not fluid at all. Maybe if you have to pick one out, it could be Atletico Madrid or Bayern Munich.
Yeah,
I
but I
think
said, I
those.
said, I said not even in Europe. But if you watch those games where like they were not a proper full game dominance and full game performance. It was like first half we were shit, second half we played better, or first half we were great, and second half we lost focus and we conceded 2 goals, or we conceded last minute equalizer or something. Like it's really not been a proper 90 minutes performance. I think that is doable with the
I think
level of strike force that we have. That's number one. And number two, we're talking about like to like changes. The manager has not changed anything tactically since the start of this season, at least
yes, I
this
agree.
season. If we keep playing this U-shaped attacking football, where we slowly build and we let the opposition reset and hold us off and form their 5-man defense or 6-man defense, or sometimes 4-4-2 defense or mid-block, it's gonna be almost impossible to penetrate. And if you get a good team on the day, they're gonna frustrate you and they're gonna want to catch you on a counter. So what do? You quicken your transitions. If the idea is to cross the ball, you cross the ball on time. Try to catch them on a counter. Try and do something different. Maybe ball in behind, so that maybe a Trossard or a Saka can run and then cross the ball or take one person before they double up on them. So just do something different. I see the same thing over. It's like it's scripted. It's like it's an AI automation tool with this Arsenal Football Club. There's nothing different. It's the same tactics. It's the same build-up. It's the same cross and inshallah. There's nothing spectacular. It's not exciting to watch. And
I
it's
think all the tags of
no urgency in the team. That's
no,
my
I understand. I completely agree, because you see those 90 minutes and you see all those tags that the team gets of set piece FC or bottle job FC, all those type of things, and you see all of that in those 90 minutes, that you see the team not seizing the opportunity when it's right there for them to take, and you see the team once, because Forest did a great job in dealing with the set pieces, and when we saw that despite getting multiple corners and multiple set piece opportunities, we realized that, okay, we are not able to hurt them through the set piece. And you saw a panic within the team. You saw that they were afraid to put a ball in that could actually pierce defenses. He could play between the lines, is a dream that I don't think we're going to see at all from us in any point of the season. I think we're just so afraid that maybe a ball between the lines will get cut off and we lose possession, and that is going to cost our position in the team. So let's keep that safe build up going, and at the end we'll throw a Hail Mary in the box, and then hopefully our striker, who has no history of scoring off crosses at all, will score. Gabriel Jesus, Victor Gyökeres, both players who cannot score off aerial balls. So I don't even understand that tactic at all. But today I saw him take Zubimendi off and put a few different players on. But I've been asking this for this entirety of the season, that we have to learn how to best utilize our options on the bench. It can't be like-to-like subs. It can be that you take Odegaard off and you put Eze on, or you take Trossard off and you just put Martinelli on, and that would change the game. Like, we have all these options. We got to learn how to put an extra man in the attack. We got to learn how to play maybe just with Rice and put an extra forward in there who can cause an extra damage to the other side if it's a low. Take that risk. Take an extra player off the defense and put something up there, because you have so much of this attacking talent. But at the end of the day, what we get is the safest possible substitutions, the safest possible build up to the towards goal. And what does that lead you to? It leads you to games with clean sheets, like Liverpool, like Nottingham Forest. You're keeping clean sheets, but you're not scoring goals. So that means that you're afraid to go there and win the game, afraid to lose the game more than you want to win. That's how I see it.
Bro, I don't know if this is how we intend. We haven't been playing well since the 4-1 defeat in against Villa in
Villa.
Emirates. We haven't been playing particularly well. We have not been convincing. We almost lost. We almost Bournemouth almost, was it 3-2? That was the last game, right? The 3-2 that we almost, I can't I don't remember the team. But the thing is, we are not playing particularly well. We are playing this new Carrick team. The next Premier League is going to be Man United.
Manchester United, yep,
Yeah, so it's not convincing. Yes, we just gained 1 point, but we are letting City back in the title race.
for
At the
sure.
end of the day, I have no words for Arteta until the season. And once the season ends and he doesn't deliver at least 2 trophies, then he has no business being a manager. I don't care. Like, this football is not exciting. This is what I think. If it's not set piece to break the opposition, then we lack ideas. We cannot genuinely play with, it's not common for us to win a game convincingly in an open play of a game of football. It has to be through set piece or corner or free kick, and then the opposition comes out to play, and then we may manage to create spaces. But generally we dependent. Oh, that's Chelsea, by the way, in the Carabao first leg or FA Cup
Yeah.
first leg, whatever the shit is. My point is, we're terrible to watch. We are disgusting to watch. We are not particularly very excited about going into this second part of the season and hoping that we can bag a trophy or two. We are not filled with hope. I am not very optimistic because I feel like once City catches up, it's over. But I'm not losing hope right now. I'm hoping that somehow it's a bad day in the office and we pick up at the Emirates against United. But if we lose that game, then serious questions has to be answered by
Not
Arteta.
even lose. If we drop any points at home against United would be unacceptable. We have to take this United game by the
How
scruff
good
of
they
it.
play?
Yeah, we
Good.
But no,
They
they're
were
playing.
so
They're
good.
doing well against with Carrick, and I think that's. I said this before too. Like, unfortunate for us to play Chelsea and United with the new managers. With the little extra spark to them. But uh, at the end of the day, I think it's not about them. It's not about how they play. It's not about how Chelsea and all of them play. I think it's about this squad that has been together for so long and it taking the responsibility to deliver. And, the reason that we're not playing well, still being on top and getting those points is because it is inevitable that, if you play for this long together and you go through what we've been going through for the past 3 years and not be in the position that we are in right now.
Yeah.
It is, we have to be here. So that's why we're there. But the reason that we're not being able to close it out, when we've been given 2 opportunities in January already, is because we're not clutch at all. We are not in the mentality, we're not in the business of claiming and seizing the opportunity, and that's the thing that we have to change. That's why I keep reiterating that Carabao Cup win is very important for Arsenal to get over that hump, to get over this mindset. This is all mindset that,
Yeah.
not being able to close it out. And yeah, I think at the end of the day, we gain a point on City. Unfortunately, we're talking, with that feeling, with the sour taste again. But as long as we keep up what we've been doing for the majority of the season, which is taking wins and keep ourselves consistent, hopefully, despite missing out these opportunities, we'll be able to cross the finishing line. But this
And
is
then
frustrating to look at.
guess what Ateta is focused on? Hiring a throwing coach, Thomas. I was checking his name, Thomas.
Yeah.
That's what his focus is. Instead of focusing on how to increase your tactics and
Yeah.
play better and more efficiently, you're looking for someone to teach you how to throw the long throws in.
It's about finding new ways to cause some chaos, which
yeah.
is great if you're already doing the basics fine, which we're not. We are so dry and so boring. We dominate possession because we don't risk a pass at all. We'll just hold the ball. So that's why we have possession. We're not piercing defenses. We're not putting balls over the top. We're not creating chance after chance. We're just we hold possession for majority of the game, and then we throw a few Hail Marys to which sometimes somebody will get on the end of, and sometimes they won't. And if you don't do better than that, sometimes you will leave with the point in your hand. So that's what happened in my opinion. But hopefully we can bounce back. Champions League, first of all, Inter Milan, tough game. Hopefully we can just, put in a good performance, do a professional job. As long as we get a result out of it, I don't mind that game at all, to be honest. I think the focus would be Manchester United at home, to be best prepared for that game, and hopefully Arsenal can, keep the job straight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Diego, thank you so very much.
Thank you. Please follow M810 TV, subscribe the Global Gooners Podcast. Just show us some love, like, subscribe, share. Thank you so much, and hopefully we improve, man. And thank you for watching, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Diego. Thank you for listening to us, guys. Thank you for the support that you guys have been showing as well. See you guys next time, of course. Thank you, man. Come on, you Gunners.
Come on, you Gunners.